Live from the Dr. Jerry Henderson Radio Complex, it's time for Card Guys. And now, here's your host, Anthony Schulte.
Good morning. Thank you, Michael, for the intro as always, and welcome to Card Guys Detroit Sports Talk, Season 4, Episode 22. Coming up today, the Tigers are rolling, winners of 5 straight, and holding the Yankees scoreless for the first time in their season. The Red Wings lose the biggest game of the season as their playoff dreams continue to diminish. The Pistons have lost 4 of their last 5, and is there any reason to worry? And we bring you a highly requested segment brought to you by Ryan right over there. I'm Anthony Schulte, and joining me as always is my man, Ryan Donnelly.
Hope your Wednesday is going well. A couple things, gentlemen. One, a month from now, we'll all be home.
Oh, thank you.
For summer. We'll be home. And second thing for the viewers out there, we found this out yesterday, but this upcoming Wednesday, not today, but the next Wednesday, is going to be Card Guys' 100th total episode.
That is crazy.
Wow.
So
100 of these bad boys.
So I counted in total. This show will have, in its history, 104 total episodes.
Wow.
Including the finale. So 104 episodes is the final total. So, folks, you can count down from home how many shows we have. This is show number 98. So our final show will be on, well, we don't have a date yet, but it's going to be show number 104. And then next week, Wednesday, we'll celebrate episode number 100.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy to think about. Right next to me, Mr. Michael Rosenkranz.
That really is crazy to think about. To think where we've started, where I think you guys have started. I just came along for the ride early in Season 1, and to think now that I've become a permanent member starting about a year and a half ago, we come a long way. We've really come a long way, and pumping out content for you, the people. We love doing it. We got another great show for you today.
Pretty good show indeed. All right, let's start with our 3 stars. Ryan, go ahead and kick us off.
All right, let's do it. My 3rd star, I'm going with Cade Cunningham. Normally, he's the guy that takes Cade Cunningham, but it's me. I'm taking Cade
I actually
Cunningham.
had Cade, and then I dropped him for a better performance from a team that actually won.
Mm-hmm.
I picked Cade because I just wanted to pick Cade as my star for one time. Dad. Anyways. On Monday against the Sacramento Kings, 35 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. He would have been higher in this list if he wasn't a Lehu Sahur, because he lost. Shout out Ace Ventura. 33 minutes, though, he's been playing good ever since he came off that injury. My 2nd star, I'm going with Z-Mac, Zach McKinstry.
CMU product.
Yes.
He had a home run yesterday, his first of the year, but I want to point out something. His stats from last year compared to this year. Obviously, it's early, but it's been unreal. Last year, he finished the season with a .215 average, a .277 on-base percentage, an OPS of .614. This season, he has an average of .355, an on-base percentage of .447, and an OPS of .963. Great stuff from Zach McKinstry to start off the year. Fire up, Chips. They do this, I think. And my 1st star, I'm going with not the MVP. It's Jokic, but I'm going with the runner-up, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Last night, against the comeback win against the Lakers, 42 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, and a block. He also had 5 personal fouls, but that's okay. He played phenomenal against the Los Angeles Lakers. He, again, does not deserve the MVP. That is Jokic's award. And those are my 3 stars, Michael.
Luka getting into an altercation with a fan resulted in an ejection, so the Lakers, I don't know. I mean, without Luka, they seem to be struggling a little bit. Then again, they've struggled mightily throughout the season.
I mean, you look at that Western Conference, and the Western Conference is
it's a gauntlet.
It's weird. It's weird right now because you got the Grizzlies. They fired their head coach the other week. Yesterday, Michael Malone got dismissed by the Nuggets along with their GM.
Yeah.
And you got like the 3 through 8 seed all kind of sitting at the same wins. The same record, like 47, 48 wins, all like a game and a half behind each other or in front of each other. It's a mess in the West.
Yeah,
very very top heavy compared to the bottom of the league.
Yeah, you talk about things it's not on your bingo card. Mavs or the Nuggets firing their coach and their GM certainly was not on my bingo card.
5 games before the playoffs.
Classless. Alrighty, so let's get to my stars, shall we? Just trying to figure out how to order these. My third star, I'm going to stick with Walter Clayton Jr. This was a guy who was held scoreless in the first half of the national championship against Houston. The dude could not get any shots off in the first half. Houston did their job. They did what they were supposed to do against Clayton, and they held him to a scoreless first half. And what does he do? All tournament long, Walter Clayton Jr. has found a way to get it done. And his performance was not the best in the national championship, but it was sufficient enough. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, a block, a steal, 2 fouls, only limited himself to 3 turnovers. Not a good performance per se, but in a game where Florida only held the lead for 63-64 seconds in the national championship and won it, that speaks to the tenacity of Florida. And when they get that kid who's 7'9" coming in next year, Olivier Roux. Imagine once they get Olivier Roux, we might see Florida go back to back.
We might. I don't know how you're going to stop a talented and swift 7'9" player.
Exactly, and he's mobile.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My second star, I'm going to give it to Kerry Carpenter. In the Tigers' 5-0 win over the Yankees, he went 1 for 4, including a home run in that game. He's now up to 4 home runs on the season. Kerry's been our power hitter for a long, long time. He continues to show it in little spurts, and he's been a vital piece of the Tigers' offense so far. My first star, I'm going to give it to Zach Edey of the Memphis Grizzlies. He had 17 points, 19 rebounds last night in a win over the Charlotte Hornets. In their previous game, he had 6.6 assists and 21 rebounds against our own Detroit basketball Pistons.
Yep.
But that 2-game stretch, he had at least 40 rebounds. So if you do the mental math, 21 rebounds and 19 is 40. 2-game stretch with at least 40 rebounds since Shaq back in 93.
Yep, all right.
So he shattered that. So he tied that rebound record in 32 years. Great stuff to see from Zach Edey. Those are my 3 stars.
All right, I'll quickly hit my 3 stars. My third star is one Tarek Skubal in 6 innings of work yesterday. We kind of seen Tarek struggle a little bit in the first 2 games. Had like a 7-point-something ERA. How about you knock that down to 3.78 with 6 innings of runless ball, if you will. 6 Ks, only 4 hits, and 2 of which came in the first inning, the first 2 batters. So after that kind of like little jam in the first inning, he really put together a quality outing, a quality performance on the bump. He is my third star. My second star is Spencer Torkelson. Went 2 for 4 with a RBI double. He had 1 RBI. He had a solo shot, and he also had a double in that game. Torque is really putting it together. And I can admit when I am wrong. I said Torkelson was about done for. And he has proved me and a lot of other people wrong. And a lot of people won't admit that they were wrong. I can admit that I was wrong about Spencer Torkelson, at least so far in the season. My first star is the Tigers' 4th inning. 4th inning starts with Spencer Torkelson hitting a home run, and then you get Zach McKinstry in on the mix with a home run to right field, and then Dylan Dingler clubs one. First 3 home run innings since 2020. So it's been 5 years in the making. So the Tigers had a rather historic 4th inning, led to the 5-0 shutout win against the Yankees. Those are 3 stars. Let's get into the Tigers, shall we? The Detroit Tigers. Hell of a run they're on right now. 5-0 win yesterday in the afternoon tilt at Comerica's Park, shutting out the Yankees. First time they've been shut out this season. Great work from Skubal. You had was it Hannafy that had that play? Was it Herder?
Brant Herder.
Herder. So Herder, if you haven't seen the play, an incredible play. Bat shatters, comes flying towards him, and he turns around and makes a behind-the-back catch for an out. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was like, wait, he's out? I'm like, okay, what a play right there. But great play right there. The bullpen was great. Really held down the fort and continued the combined shutout. And the bats were swinging 4 solo shots. As you mentioned, that Kerry Carpenter solo shot in the inning in the 5th inning after that giant 4th inning the Tigers had. And, I couldn't be happy with how this team is playing really right now.
No, you cannot be mad at all. Obviously, we took two against the Yankees. We took the series. Now you got a chance to sweep them today. Flaherty's on the mound today, and I think Max Fried is on the mound for the Yankees. It's going to be tough. Max Fried is probably, outside of Garrett Cole, is their ace for the moment. He's been very good. Obviously, he came from Atlanta. He got the big bag because New York's a big market. But win or lose, I am so happy we took 2 from this Yankees team. I thought we would take 1 and probably get blown out the other 2. This kind of shows that we can compete with not only teams in the American League, but we can just compete teams with baseball. We've looked like one of the, if not the best team in the American League so far. Won 5 straight, won 5 out of our last 6.
Hottest team
In baseball right now, carrying over from August of last year. We talked about it a lot. Plate discipline, again, still looks good. And also, obviously, yesterday, Margot got put on the 10-day IL, and Torres is still hurt. And Jake Rogers also got hurt because of an oblique injury. He's placed on the 10-day IL. But yesterday proves how deep this Tigers team is. Dylan Dingler, he had a knock. This is the first time Scooble caught through to a catcher not named Jake Rogers for the first time since 2023.
Yeah.
Dylan Dingler, he had a dong, and his framing looked great yesterday.
You could tell that Jake Rogers is really rubbing off on him. I could tell they did some work in the spring.
Yep. Great stuff overall. This team is very deep. We did call up, what's his name, Brewer?
Brewer Hickey.
Brewer Hickey, yeah.
Something like that.
His stats are pretty bad.
You said this team is deep. Let's go through it. Parker Meadows, 60-day. Wenzel Perez just got put on the 60-day. Gleyber Torres, he's injured. Matt Vierling, he's injured. Well, Margot, he's injured.
Vierling is starting rehab this weekend.
but he's still not playing.
That's true.
Jake Rogers, he's injured. Alex Cobb, he's injured.
Alex Lange, coming off a recovery.
Well, Alex Lange's coming off a recovery. Sawyer Gibson Long.
So, I just named 7 important dudes that are not Alex Lang because the turtleneck does not speak to me anymore. I just named 7 dudes that are injured right now that are key pieces, you could say. Margot played great when he was healthy. Gleyber Torres, he looked great before he got injured in L.A. Matt Vierling, we know his importance. Parker Meadows and Wenzel Perez. We brought up some dude that doesn't even have minor league stats to find on Baseball Reference to play in the outfield because all of our outfielders are injured. So the team is deep. They're playing well. Listen to this. 7-7-4-6-5. What's that?
7-7-4-6-5.
Those are our runs scored during this win streak here. We haven't scored less than 4 runs on this win streak. 7 against Chicago, 7 against Chicago, 4 against Chicago, 6 against the Yanks, 5 against the Yanks. That's productive offense. Mm-hmm. Right now, in the last 7 days in the MLB, we're 4th. This season, we're 5th in overall performance rating. Insane. I expected something good from this Tigers team this year. I expected to build on the 0.2% that the offseason was kind of built around for Tigers marketing. I didn't expect to be a top 5 team in the majors. I didn't. And I'm pleasantly surprised by this. And, it's been fun to watch.
It has been very fun to watch.
Michael?
Yeah, you guys hit all the points that I love, that I was going to emphasize. But, yeah, Tigers are doing great things right now against the Yankees. They got a chance to sweep, and then you go on to Minnesota over the weekend.
Who's struggling?
The Twins have been struggling. This is another great opportunity for the Tigers to go into Target Field, try and prove yourself on the road, because winning on the road in any professional sports league is tough.
The Twins are on a 3-game losing streak here. I'm just going to kind of...
But the way the Twins have played, they do not they do not look like a good baseball team. Right?
No, they beat they scored 7 runs against the Astros and lost in extras. They scored 6 runs against the Astros, but other than that, I mean, one run yesterday, 2 runs on Monday. Other than those 2 games I just mentioned, you've got 2 runs. You know, the offense was kind of clicking against Chicago, but it's Chicago shut out by Chicago, by the way.
Wow,
shut out by Chicago, 9-0. And just get obliterated by St. Louis. I mean, the Twins don't look good.
They don't look good. And their offense, as you read off the scores, it sounds like their offense comes in like little bursts here and there.
And Byron Buxton's struggling at the plate right now, just
Royce
a .171.
Lewis got hurt during spring.
Lewis is
They
hurt.
have no pitching. Like, they have Pablo Lopez, who's been probably one of the top 3 pitcher in this division. You have Johan Duran, who's been pretty good, and that's it.
Their best player right now is Harrison Bader. He's batting .300 with 3 homers and 10 ribbies.
Yeah, so Bader's been productive.
He's been productive. He's been their only production, their only consistent production.
He's one of the guys that you're going to watch out for during the weekend. But if you can limit that Twins offense to what it's been doing the past few games, I mean, you guys are looking extremely, extremely solid. You have a chance today against the Yankees. And if this doesn't put the Tigers on the radar with national media and all that, I mean, being a top 5 team in the MLB in terms of offense is outstanding. This is a young and hungry Tigers team. We talk about it all throughout spring training. We talk about it through the first game this season. You're really starting to see this offense clicking and clicking for the Tigers. This is a young team, and this is an aggressive and hungry team. They made a miracle run to the playoffs last year, and they don't want their fans to think it was a fluke.
I think we're going to avoid Pablo Lopez in that series, too. Pablo Lopez just pitched
big.
yesterday. They have a day off today. They play tomorrow. Bailey Ober's the probable pitcher there, and we have our 3 games there. I mean, if the math is mathing, we're going to avoid Pablo Lopez by literally 1 game.
Bailey Ober's kind of interesting, though, because he can be tough on any given day.
We should avoid him, too. I think the 2 pitches we're going to avoid in this series, if I think it's a 3-game series, is Ober and Pablo Lopez. Thank you, Lord.
So, like, the hardest pitcher we have to go against is Johan Duran.
Yeah.
Exactly, who's still
a good pitcher.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's really
He's
good.
a good pitcher, but I'm happy whenever you can avoid, especially division rival, whenever you can avoid their top 2 in their rotation, you take it. Mm-hmm. You know, you take it.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you can avoid with the Dodgers, it's inevitable when you go against a rotation of Blake Snell, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Roki Sasaki. There's no easy button pitchers that you have. So, yeah, Max Fried against Jack Flaherty. No probables yet for the Twins series. That'll probably be released tomorrow.
Those are the Anthony Schulte probables.
Have an off day. Yes.
But
you got a preview of them from Anthony.
But if the math is mathing...
If the math is
mathing, we're getting Olsen, Job, and Mize.
Yeah. And Mize... By the way, how about Mize?
He's been
looking great.
Showing the fans that spring wasn't a fluke.
The 2 guys that I wanted to see show major improvements and show what they're worth this season was Mize and Torque. And what have they both done? They've both been the 2 best stories of the season so far.
The back-to-back number 1 overall picks that everybody wrote off, well, they wrote back.
Yeah, they did write back in a big way. All right, so the Tigers, they're on today, 1:10 Eastern on FanDuel Sports Network. They're going for the sweep against the New York Yankees. All right. Let's get into the Detroit Dead Wings, shall we?
Michael, take it away.
Yesterday we had somebody in our group chat by the name of Michael rooting for a specific team out of Montreal. So, Michael, your thoughts and comments on the absolute dumpster fire that is the Detroit Hockey Pucks.
Well, first and foremost, I want to apologize to both of you, as well as the rest of the group chat, friend of the program, Isaac Haffenden, Tony DeLuca IV, Calvin Custance. I'm trying to think.
Doug Mobley.
Leaving anybody out. Doug Mobley, friend of the show. Yep. Can't forget about Doug. I put these guys through something that they have never seen out of me before.
Funny. It was funny.
It was pretty funny.
I was actively rooting for Montreal to beat the Red Wings. Now, let me be clear. I'm not a guy that roots against my own teams. You're probably thinking, well, you just did, so it's hypocritical. Yes, I did. Last night. Now that Montreal won last night, I could finally go to sleep at night knowing that the Red Wings are dead.
Officially dead. No more life support.
No more life support. The plug has been pulled, and the Red Wings, their season is over.
Not mathematically.
Not mathematically.
Realistically.
Realistically, their season is over.
I mean, it's kind of poetic, right?
It is.
It's poetic that you go into a game that's so important against a team you have to beat at this point. And you have a 1-0 lead for the longest time. You're playing some great stick and puck. You've got what was the shots to goal? Like, was it 25-3 at some point?
It was 35-13 at one point.
I mean, just incredible. And you have so many more shots on goal. It's only 1-0. And I said we were in your guys' dorm room yesterday. You know, just chopping it up, watching the Wings for one final time. And I was like, you need to go into the third up 3 or 4. You need to, because you cannot trust. I can't trust this team going into the third period with anything less than a 3-4 goal lead. And what happens? You give up a goal in the second period. It's 1-1, right? It's tied. I'm like, great. Going into the third period. How about 3 more? 4 unanswered goals after being up 1-0 and absolutely killing them on the shots on goal comparison.
Pathetic.
But isn't it poetic? Pathetic, but poetic. Because of course, this is how it happens. Yeah. This is how it happens. You play good hockey for half the game, and then the other half of the game, you get outscored 4-0, and you lose miserably, mind you, miserably lose. Yeah, how many opportunities do we have in that first period?
A lot.
How many opportunities? If you're up 35-13 on goals, how many opportunities is it's way more opportunity. You should at least score 3 goals off that disparity.
And not to mention, one of those goals was when the net was completely wide open and JT Comfort was right in the middle and he shot it and he whiffed the net.
Yeah. How do you miss an open net? Literally, I wasn't even looking. All I hear is Ken Daniels say, "Oh, it's an open net." I'm like, "Whoa, what?" And we missed. Can't make it up.
The icing on the cake was JT Compher sailing it over the crossbar like that. And I don't mean this in an insulting way. Hockey is a weird sport. You can get a very weird bounce off the board.
Hockey sucks.
That's exactly what happened. Sam Montembeault was not ready for it at all. He was way behind his net. He fell asleep. And then JT Compher, wide open net, shoo, up and over the crossbar. Sam Montembeault is probably like, how in the world did that just happen?
I mean, even if he would have scored that, it wouldn't have done anything for him.
Patrick Kane skating back to the bench drops an expletive out of sheer frustration. Patrick Kane, you deserve so much better than what you are being served with this Red Wings team.
And you look at the roster, and at least in my eyes, it doesn't look that. It looks like a playoff roster. At least in my eyes, it looks like a playoff roster. And the production just hasn't been there.
Nope.
The wins, and at least sending it to overtime. At least go to overtime and salvage points. You go to overtime against Montreal, it's a little less likely, but you're still in it. The season is still alive. Your fans might still have a little bit of hope. I think every Red Wings fan's soul yesterday collectively just died.
Oh, yeah.
And all... I mean, I think, what was it? Was it Ryan before the show that said on fan appreciation that everybody should be booing?
Yep, that was me.
Everybody should be booing. Just like they booed the Pistons. Sell the team. Sell the team. I want Pizza Man out of here. I want Pizza Man gone. McClellan, what are your thoughts?
I think he's good.
I think he's good, too.
I think McClellan is a great coach. I think we just fired Derek Lalonde too late.
Yeah, I think so too.
Agreed.
But
I mean, also, you just went on this long stretch without Lalonde, and with McClellan, you just went on this long stretch of losing.
It's the embodiment of this team. This is the 4th straight season that they've collapsed in March, and you would think that with a roster of so much talent, Lucas Raymond, Mo Seider, Dylan Larkin, DeBrincat, Kane, you would think that would get somewhere. But it's like, again, your weak points this season, defense, goaltending. Cam Talbot's been standing on his head recently because he's
played 5 straight games.
He's played 5 straight games.
He's tired.
He's tired, and yet he's still standing on his head for this team.
Well, I mean, look at his goalie room. He has Mrazek, who's been good since he came back to Detroit, but he's hurt. And you got Lyon, who sucks. So it's just him. Like,
exactly.
You have nobody else. Trey Augustine's coming back to Michigan State for one more year, and Koza's still developing in GR. Like, he's literally the only goalie on this team.
Exactly. And for all the Red Wings fans, wait till Augustine and Kosa. They got a few years to develop.
Yep.
And another thing that was the icing on the cake yesterday, the second goal from Josh Anderson. We watched Albert Johansson get his helmet knocked off. And again, not meaning this in an insulting way. Hockey's a very dangerous sport, safety first. But that is an all-time rookie mistake that embodies the Red Wings season. He leans down to pick up his helmet, and then a pass is fired to a wide-open Josh Anderson on the doorstep for him to stuff home for the 2-1 goal. That is what took the momentum. Red Wings pulled Talbot early, and then 2 empty net goals to seal it for the Red Wings. Montreal's up to 87 points. Detroit stays at 89. 79. Yes, thank you. They go to Florida next,
Florida.
who just reinstated.
Bobrovsky?
Oh my gosh, they just reinstated a couple
Shesterkin?
guys. Shesterkin's for the Rangers.
Never mind.
Gustav Forsling is back, but some of their starters have returned. So it wouldn't surprise me that some of them would play. But
if we lose, didn't you say? I think you said before the program, if we lose, we're mathematically
if
eliminated.
we lose in regulation and Montreal wins tomorrow and gets points, we are mathematically eliminated.
Ryan, what were you saying?
I lost my train of thought, but I think this season could have gone a lot better if you fired Derek Lalonde maybe at the end of November or the beginning of December. You fired Lalonde way too late. I mean, you were going to go nowhere with him regardless. And McClellan helped you a lot. I think he shouldn't be the interim head coach. I think he should be the head coach. I think he's a great head coach. He took LA to the playoffs last year. He's won a Stanley Cup as an assistant with the Red Wings. I think he's a great coach. He's been around great guys, and from what I've heard, the players love him. He's a tough coach, but he's a great person, which is what you want as a coach in any sport, not just hockey. But I think, Michael, you said it, I think what's killed us this season is defense and goaltending. This offseason, for Stevie Y, I think this offseason depends on what can he bring in. We are missing one thing. We're missing like a Chris Chelios player, like a Chris Chelios type player is what I meant to say, as a scoring defenseman. We need a scoring defenseman. Palinka should be, hopefully he plays next year. I don't know if he's going to be developing, but who knows? I really want to see Palinka in the wing wheel next year. We need a scoring defenseman. We need goaltending depth because we literally only have, technically we have 3, but 2 are either hurt or terrible. So we just have Talbot, re-sign Talbot. Just build on this young core. Let the kids play. I'm tired of this Red Wings team. I'm just glad I never get to watch them. I'm not going to watch them until October.
Yeah,
exactly. And
Real
a couple points I'll hit on before we go. Montreal, it's the embodiment of what this team. It's the embodiment of what this team has been the last few games. They've been storming back in the late games. They did exactly that against the Red Wings. Sam Montembeault, I mean, he's had a big history against the Red Wings. He's a very, very good goaltender, and he made stops when he needed to, and they got pressure in front of the net, and we just couldn't hold on. What kills me even more is not only could we not score 5-on-5, the players who literally were linked to the Red Wings and we decided to do nothing for on the trade deadline, they did things. We gave up David Perron. He scored goals against us in Ottawa. Wings were also linked to Dylan Cousins. In that game against Ottawa about a month ago, he scored a game-winning goal against us. And just, this offseason is probably the most important for Stevie Y. This is probably his last chance. I mean, it's bad enough when you're just finishing up year 6 in his tenure as general manager, and you haven't gone anywhere. In fact, you went backwards from last year. So now you got to figure out, who are you bringing back, who are you re-signing, who are you letting go. This offseason is the most important for Stevie Y. I am at peace now with the Red Wings. I am glad that they are done. This is Tigers season, and this is Pistons season when they reach the playoffs.
Yes, it is. All right, so the Red Wings, they play what, tomorrow?
They play tomorrow against Florida on the road.
Cares?
They play tomorrow against Florida. If you want to watch, waste your time doing that. All right. Coming up after the break, we've got a little bit of Detroit Pistons discussion and a special trivia segment from Ryan to you. You're watching Card Guys Detroit Sports Talk. We'll be back right after this.
Sports cards, signed jerseys, signed helmets, and more. Miller's Sports Cards and Collectibles is your one-stop shop for all things the hobby. Make sure to check them out down Mission Street in Mount Pleasant, right past Meyer. Miller's Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Card Guys, Detroit Sports Talk. Join Michael Rosenkranz,
Sports take precedence over academics.
I agree, but
Ryan Donnelly,
Corbin Burns, who is their big ticket J13 item. Scooble is with us. Scooble's our big ticket.
Did
J1.
you just call Tarek Scooble James? And Anthony Schulte.
I have an issue.
You have.
There is no break. It's a constant grind. It's an unbreakable cycle.
Yeah, it's.
As they navigate through the Detroit sports landscape. Live Mondays and Wednesdays at 7:30 a.m. on 101.1 The Beat in Mount Pleasant and at 11 a.m. on YouTube. Card Guys, Detroit Sports Talk. Welcome back, Card Guys, Detroit Sports Talk. Ryan Donnelly, Michael Rosenkranz, and Anthony Schulte here with you on this Wednesday, a Wednesday in which we are all collectively very tired. Let's talk about the Detroit basketball Pistons, shall we?
All right.
We have clinched, as we discussed on Monday's program, but we've lost 4 of our last 5. And with that comes the question, is there reason to worry about this team? Because you see things happening where it's like, ooh, I don't want to see that in a 4-game series against New York, or in a 7-game series against New York. Ooh, I don't want to see that in a 7-game series against Indiana. But it's also easily fixable, at least in my opinion. It's easily fixable stuff that you're seeing from this Pistons team right now. And a lot of it just looks like complacency. It looks like, hey, we clinched. Hey, we're going to be in the playoffs. Let's just get there. Let's get through these couple games and let's get there. Maybe even let's get to the Milwaukee games, because that's going to decide a lot when it comes to seeding, especially if a few teams lose, a few teams win in the next coming days. So that begs the question, are you guys worried about this Pistons team going into the playoffs, kind of on this little bit of a skid right now?
I'm not really worried. I think it's a couple reasons why I feel like people are worried, and I feel like they're very valid. One, I think it's because we want to play the Knicks in the playoffs, because we've played the Knicks. Tomorrow is our last time we play the Knicks, and so far we have the season series against them 2-1. And when they come into the playoffs, they won't have Brunson, I believe.
No, Brunson is back.
Oh, never mind. I feel like the team that we could go toe-to-toe with, and I feel like there's a reason why we've been tanking a little bit, is because I feel like we want to play the Knicks because we have a chance against the Knicks. And you guys can clown me all you want, but I don't think we stand a chance against Milwaukee or Indiana. I really
Depends
don't.
on if Dame is back.
I don't really. They still have Giannis, and Giannis is a Piston killer. So I think we stand no chance.
I just want to see a different team than the Bucks in the play. I don't want to see another Central team in the playoffs.
I just want to play the Knicks. And I feel like a second reason why is no Tobias Harris.
Yes.
Tobias Harris, having no Tobias Harris proves how important he is to this team. And I talked to a friend of the show, Isaac Haffinen, about this the other day. But the past few games, we haven't had Tobias because of a leg injury. But he is so important and vital to this team. And I take a look back at the Sixers this year, where they lost Tobias Harris, and Philly fans are happy, and they got Paul George, who's a better Tobias Harris. And Tobias Harris is playing better than Paul George. And look at where the Sixers are. They're not even in the playoffs this year. So Tobias Harris is vital to any team that he plays on. I mean, look at that. We went from the 15 seed to the GD 6 seed this year. The Sixers went from, I believe, the 8th or 7th seed last year in the playoffs, and now they're out of it. So Tobias Harris is extremely important. This team feels so small without him, and this team feels so lost without Tobias Harris and his leadership on the court.
And I love Tobias so much. He's like, I think if I had a top 3 Pistons, it would be Cade, Stu, and Tobias. I actually just got the Tobias bobblehead. It's at my house now. The Tobias bobblehead has been secured. However, I agree with you fully. I think a lot of it has been the absence of Tobias. It's been partially the absence of Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham kind of like inserting himself back in after having to learn to play without him for 6-7 games. Mm-hmm. I think it's all just a culmination of that. And, I mean, we might be getting Jaden Ivey back, too. Can't forget that. He might be coming back pretty soon, too. We don't know for sure. He might be back for the playoffs.
I don't want to rush
a couple
him.
Weeks.
I do not want to rush Jaden Ivey.
If
he's ready to come back. I'm going to be honest. We've learned how to play without Jaden Ivey for the past 3 months. I don't want to insert him, especially when. I mean, it's nice for him to have playoff experience. I like that argument. However, I don't want to insert him into like this playoff scenario after him coming off a broken tibia, and we've learned how to play without him since literally the beginning of the year. So I do not want to rush him. If I was the Pistons, I'd rest him until the beginning of next year.
Yeah,
I love Jaden. I really do. There's times where I'll admit I kind of forgot he was on the Pistons because we've learned how to play really well without him. And Asar Thompson has been filling his role phenomenally.
And who knows? Maybe he comes back and it doesn't help us because we're so used to playing without him.
Exactly.
And I don't want to say that because I really do like Jaden Ivey. I really do. I think he's an incredible player, 18 points a game, contributes well, learns how to play with Cade. But, I mean, I think you'd be just straight up wrong to say that this team has been worse without Ivey. This team has played better without him. That's just statistics. You went on this run starting on the 1st of January when he got hurt. You went on this run, you started winning games, and you played some of your best ball. I'm not saying that's Ivey's fault. I'm not saying it's not Ivey's fault. I'm just saying what a coincidence they start playing good without him. I want this team to play good with him. I want this team to be successful with him. But they've been successful without him. If you insert him back in going to the playoffs, is that going to ruin the chemistry? Is that going to ruin the flow? Are they going to try and force him shots instead of spraying the ball around like they've been doing so well? Michael?
I would think this is just me because I have always been a worrywart at heart. I'm a little worried with this kid. Now, granted, it's 2 games, but against the Kings, you had led by at most 18, I think, and you blew that lead.
Yeah.
And the Grizzlies, they're not that good of a team, but any given night in the NBA, a team can find a way to beat even the best teams, and that's what the Grizzlies did against the Pistons.
Yep.
So, going into the final 3 games of the season, it's really going to be all about fixing the little things and putting everything together. Because if this skid continues, you do not have a lot of momentum going into playoffs, and you need to string some wins together in the last 3 games to try and get as much momentum. And Ryan, you hit on it. It's really going to help and determine with seeding in terms of the playoffs, because at most, I want to see the Pistons play the Knicks in the playoffs. I think we know how to play New York, Milwaukee, and Indiana. I mean, those are 2 very tough teams. Indiana and Detroit hate each other's guts, and who knows? You could maybe see Stu get in another fight with that.
See, and I think
that's
also
neither here nor there.
Something that I've noticed is that this team can build a lead. They can't hold on to it.
Nope.
They still need to learn how to hold on to it, and you need to do that for the playoffs.
And that's the thing with a young team. You need to be able to hold those leads. And again, this is a young team.
Very young.
They need this experience. They need to go through hardships and adversity to learn what to do for the playoffs, because once playoff time hits them hard, you're going against the best of the best. You better be ready.
Exactly. All right, so the Pistons, they play tomorrow night against the New York Knickerbockers at Little Caesars' Arena. Should be a good one there. Pistons and Knicks could be a playoff preview. All right.
Well, I
So-
mean, these next 3 games could be playoff previews.
Yes, they could, because we play New York and Milwaukee. All right, Ryan has prepared us a special segment. Hit the music. And you know what? You know what time? You know what would be great for a segment like this?
What's that?
An ice cold Leinen Kugel.
Shep, take it away.
Nothing sexier than a girl drinking a line of food.
Thanks, Shep. Appreciate that one.
It's never going to get old.
Never going to get old, and you guys are never going to escape.
6 more of those. Anyways.
Sorry, Shep.
This segment goes out to my dad. He's been begging us to do this since we promised, since we did minor league trivia for the MLB. We said we hit a like goal of like 5 or 10 likes, and we'll do G League trivia. I think we blew that out of the waters.
We did.
And my dad has been begging us to do this segment. So, Dad, here you go. So I'm going to move to the side so you guys don't see the answer, and I'm going to take off my glasses too,
Oh, wow.
so you don't have to see
Well,
the.
you should probably still be in frame, right? We can't see your computer.
Kind of tradition
Oh, I guess, okay. It's
That
tradition for you
whenever-
to go out of frame.
for me to go
just
out of
barely,
frame.
so we just see, like, the tip of his nose.
Literally.
So, hi guys, it's me. I'm new.
Hello.
So, hey guys. So, that's some lore. Anyways,
That is lore.
So, welcome to G League Trivia.
Thank you.
I have prepared 10 teams.
10 teams.
Now, I told
Dang it, I've been
Anthony-
looking at all of them.
What's that?
I've been studying.
Okay, so I've changed it up. I'm not going to be naming a team, and then you got to say the G League team, because Anthony would blow Michael out of the water. So instead, I'm giving
I
Michael.
still feel like he is.
I'm giving Michael a chance. So
I appreciate that, Ron.
I'm going to name. I have 10 teams, and with one of those teams, I'm going to give you each 3 clues. The first clue is the arena that they play in. That's worth 3 points. If you guess it on the first try, you automatically get 3 points. The second is the coach. If you get that, you get 2 points. If you both are down in the dumps, I'm going to eventually name the affiliate. So, if Anthony, who is the Grizzlies affiliate?
The Hustle.
That's correct. So that's a little example. Because Anthony's going to blow Michael out of the water, Michael is going to guess first every time. I'm sorry, Anthony.
What?
Sorry, I have to give Michael a little handicap. So, without further ado, I'm going to give
He
you
just
both.
told you handicapped.
It's a golf reference, but anyways,
I don't
gonna
play
get-
golf.
We're gonna get started. I'm gonna give you both a layup here. This team's arena is the Wayne State Fieldhouse. Ain't Michael?
Do I just say the G League team?
Yes.
Motor City Cruise.
Correct.
I knew that.
So, I mean,
My man raising his hand, too, like he's in class right now.
so Michael gets a free 3 points. Sorry.
I appreciate
All right.
the handicap.
You're welcome. So, the next team. This team plays at the Oshkosh Arena.
I know it.
The Oshkosh Arena.
Michael guesses first, sir.
Now, where the heck is the Oshkosh Arena located?
Well, I know the arena, so I want my 3 points.
I do not know ball.
All right.
The Wisconsin Herd.
That is correct. The Wisconsin Herd.
Thank you.
That is.
Bye-bye, handicap.
All right.
It's tied up now.
3
I
to
know.
3.
Guys, this may be catastrophic for somebody like me.
Low-key, I just heard Oshkosh and thought of Wisconsin, so I said Wisconsin
I
Herd.
was trying to figure out where it was, but I couldn't put my finger
So we
on
haven't
it.
made it past the arena, which I'm very surprised. So, next, team number 3. This team plays at the Care First Arena.
Ooh, I don't know this. I
The
would not be able to tell you.
The Care First Arena.
The Care First Arena. Any guesses?
Ooh, I don't have a guess for that
Wait,
one.
if we guess, does that mean we're out?
No.
Oh.
If you guess, you guys are not out.
The Maine Celtics.
No. Michael, do you have a guess?
No.
All right. 2-pointer. The coach is Mike Williams.
Like,
Not. I don't think it's the NBA's Mike Williams, but Mike Williams.
I guess I'll throw out another one. The Skyforce.
Nope.
Sioux City Skyforce.
Michael?
Vipers?
And it's not the Vipers. And then this should be a layup for both of you. The affiliate is the Washington Wizards.
Oh my goodness, I know it.
I don't think I know this. Oh,
Anthony?
Capital City Go-Go.
That is correct. The Capital City Go-Go.
Thank you.
It is now 6-3, Anthony. All right.
6-3.
Six
No,
or
it's
4
4
to
to
3. I apologize.
There you go.
All right.
Man of integrity. I'm not going to take.
I'm used to you guys guessing on the first try. So
Fair enough.
all right. Question number 4. This team plays at the Maverick Center, not the Mavericks. They play at the Maverick Center.
I'm going to guess the Rio Grande Valley Vipers.
Nope. Michael.
Oddly enough, I don't know if I know this one, but I have a guess.
Okay.
Is it the Austin Spurs?
It is not the Austin Spurs. All right. 2-pointer. The coach is Scott Morrison.
I don't know.
I don't know that one.
Osceola Magic.
Nope.
I don't know that one.
All right. And then the affiliate is the Jazz. Michael gets a guess.
Anthony knows all of these.
Yeah, it's sad. Anthony.
Salt Lake City.
Yep, it's the Salt Lake City Stars.
I was trying to figure out the mascot because I was immediately going to what's the team in Utah that's going
Isaiah
to have.
Thomas played on that team this year again.
Oh, he did. That's
42
right.
points.
That is true. I should have said that. My apologies. All
I
right.
was just trying to think what city in Utah will have an NBA G League team. I was going Salt Lake City. I couldn't figure out the mascot.
All right. Question number 5. The arena that they play in is the Burt Ogden Arena.
Burt Ogden Arena.
The Burt Ogden Arena.
Well, I want to say Osceola Magic.
It is not. I will tell you the Osceola Magic is not on this list.
Really?
Wow.
Mac McClung's team?
Nope.
The Exciting White?
Michael, do you have a guess?
That's certainly a nickname for it. I don't have a guess.
All right. The coach, Kevin Burleson.
You should have made it players instead of coaches.
No, because I don't want to make it easy for you.
I'm going to say
Long Island Nets.
Long Island Nets, no. Michael?
Oklahoma City Blue?
No. And the affiliate is the Houston Rockets. Michael?
Is this the Austin Spurs?
Anthony, just go ahead and say
Rio
it.
Grande Valley
It's
Vipers.
the Rio Grande
Dang
Valley
it!
Vipers.
There's where the Vipers came in.
It's now 6-3, Anthony.
Why would the Austin Spurs be the Rockets affiliate?
Because there are 2 cities in Texas.
No, Michael. The Austin Spurs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that
There's
was
a team in San Antonio with a certain tall Frenchman.
Okay.
That would make sense.
Question number 6.
Okay.
All right. Hold on. Let me see. 1, 2,
I gotta
3, 4,
I gotta try and get back
5,
to the right
6. Oh, I
train
accidentally
here.
did 11. All right. Whatever. We'll do 11. The arena that I play in, and this might give it away for one of you, is the Kaiser Permanente Arena.
I think I might know.
Michael? The Ludwig Kaiser Permanente. And I'll be honest, if I was in your shoes, I probably know what this team is.
Really?
I'm actually, because a specific team plays in a practice center.
That is true.
I don't know if it's the Kaiser Permanente Practice Center, but I have an idea of who it is because
It's a brand that's specific to one city.
that's why I'm going with what I'm going to go with
Okay.
when he doesn't guess.
Michael? 10 seconds.
I have 10 seconds. Okay.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
I only know a select
4,
few G League
3,
teams.
2.
I don't know.
Santa Clara Warriors?
It is the Santa Clara Warriors.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
9-3.
I wouldn't have gotten that. No
Okay.
way.
Boom! All right. Question 7.
I'm having so much fun over here.
This is like forced torture.
This is depressing. All right. The show sucks.
it's
Question
a-
number...
Wait, can you do players instead of
It's a
coaches for the next
beautiful
couple
segment
rounds?
because I don't know ball.
Fine. I'll
Yes.
do coaches.
Gives me a chance for some 2 balls.
Are you
Oh,
just
pause. Wait, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I apologize to the kids at home. Hold on.
Okay. All right.
Oh my!
They're
This
still
team...
watching at this point. anyways.
Question... Oh, my God.
People only watch the first 3 minutes.
Oh man!
All right. Question...
Comment down the Santa Clara Warriors in the comments if you're still watching this god-awful program.
Yes. All right. We have 6 more episodes after this. All right. Question number
I'm surprised we even
7.
got to 6 episodes. It's a general.
It's in general.
Question 7. The arena that I play in is the public auditorium. They just moved here,
Oh, they just moved here.
like back in February. I read an article about this.
I
moving
know.
here.
I know who it is. Wait a minute. I just moved.
Michael, do you have a guess?
The Hustle are not on here, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Because that's why I said the
That's why
hustle.
you said
Why do I think it's like a G League team from Ohio or something?
Just moved there. I have my guess.
I think it's a G League team from Ohio, but I can't remember what city. Hey. The Columbus. I don't know. Some team from Columbus.
Anthony, you can just tell him.
Is it the Charge?
Yes, it's the Canton Charge.
Yeah.
You're very close.
The Canton Charge.
They just moved to
Because
the
I
public
watched, there
auditorium.
was a game on NBA TV between the Motor City Cruise and the Canton Charge, and I was watching.
That is...
And it looked rather
There
new, and
you
it
go.
looked like an auditorium. That's where I got that from.
All right. Next up, question number 8.
Wait, can you just say how many points I'm at? I'm proud of it.
12.
Thank you. Double digits, baby.
Oh, God.
I'm glad I'm at least on the board.
That's why I gave you the free 3 points, because I feel like it
I
would have been a gentleman.
appreciate that.
It's a gentleman's sweep now.
It is a gentleman.
Call me the
sweep.
2004 Detroit Going to Work Basketball Pistons.
All right. Question number 8. I play at the Chase Fieldhouse. This might be a throw-off. Chase Fieldhouse.
I have a guess.
Michael goes first.
I'm going to the. I draw the connection between the Chase Center, which is what it used to be called, but it's probably not the same.
Well, I'll tell you, the Chase Center in San Francisco is still called the Chase Center.
It is.
I'll tell you that.
I draw the connection to the Chase Center, but I don't think that's where you're trying to go with it. The Chase Center.
Pick a team, any team.
Is that the Oklahoma City Blue?
That is not the Oklahoma City.
Main Celtics?
Not the main Celtics.
Dang it.
All right.
Player.
This is a player.
Yes.
A player on my team, and I feel like Anthony's going to get it. And I'm going to stump him. Aminu Muhammad.
I did not recognize that name from the rosters I was looking at.
This is from the official G League roster.
I was literally, I have it right there. I'm not looking at it. I guess I can make a guess.
Michael?
Is it? I'm subtly remembering a team. I'm subtly remembering the team from Indiana.
It is not the
It's
Oklahoma
that.
City Blue. I'll tell you that.
Is
Well,
it-
Oklahoma City's not in Indiana.
Is it the Indiana? It's their mascot, the Mad Ants.
No,
It is not the Bad Ants.
because I know where they play.
What's your guess?
My guess is the Stockton Kings.
It is not the Stockton Kings. All right. My affiliate is the Philadelphia 76ers. Michael?
Oh boy. Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh yeah, no, I know it. They changed their name actually recently.
The
I knew it was on the East Coast. There's a hint. But you're not going to know the team. If you know this team, I'll give you $20.
I'm just thinking of the hockey team. The Hershey... It's not the Hershey Bears, because that's hockey. That'd probably count as my guess.
Is that your guess? We need something here, Michael. We got to keep this under an hour.
Yes, we do. The Hershey Miners. I don't know.
Delaware Blue Coats.
It's the Delaware Blue Coats.
I knew
I
it was
don't
on
know
the East
any of
Coast.
these.
It
They
is
used
now.
to be. Didn't they used to be the 47ers?
Used to be the 87.
87ers, yes.
So it is now 13-3, Anthony.
Yikes.
For the 3-1-3.
This is Anthony's first trivia appearance. There's a reason why he does the trivia prep and not me or Michael.
I just didn't want to do it last night. And it was also, Ryan's. I wanted to do it. A little father-son bonding moment here.
Father-son bonding moment of his friends, of his son's friend absolutely blowing his other son's friend. All right, question 9. I play at the Comerica Center, not in Michigan. The Comerica Center.
Comerica.
What is their affiliate, bro? Oh my god, what is their affiliate? Oh my god, what is their affiliate?
I only have just the select few.
I'm gonna wait till you say the affiliate because I
G
can't
League
remember the
teams
name.
in my head.
Team.
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, you don't know? All right, I'll name a player then. Kessler Edwards.
I know. See, I knew the team. I knew the team. I know the team. I know it's the Dallas Mavericks affiliate. Is it? I just can't figure it out. I knew when you said Comerica because in Dallas at the Texas Rangers Stadium there's a Comerica sign, and in the American Airlines Center or Arena, whatever one it is, there is a Comerica sign. So I knew it was the Dallas affiliate when you said the Comerica Center. However, I don't remember the name of the team. It's the
Lord, please help me.
It's the Dallas. No, it's not Dallas. No, it is Dallas. No, it isn't Dallas. God bless America. Why can't I remember Dallas's affiliate, bro? Why
I'm going.
can't
I'm going back to the Austin Spurs, but it's probably not them.
It's not the Austin Spurs. Anthony is partially right.
I know.
It is the Mavericks
It is
affiliate.
the Mavericks affiliate. I just can't remember the team.
I know it. I knew it because when you said Kessler Edwards, he is a two-way player for the Dallas Mavericks. I actually have his rookie autograph card.
Nice.
I
Cool.
pulled it. He played on the Nets. Anyways,
If you don't have a guess, you don't have to guess.
I mean, I know the team though. Oh, I'm gonna be so upset when you say. Just say it.
Michael, do you have a guess?
No.
All right. It's the Texas Legends.
I know. The Texas.
So for the
Legends.
first time this game, no points are on the board. All right, quickly, I'll hit the last two for you guys. The arena that I play in is the Sanford Pentagon. The Sanford Pentagon.
Sanford. I know where Sanford is. Is that the main Celtics?
That is not the main Celtics.
I don't know.
All right. Player. Tyler Pauley.
Just move on from the play. What's the affiliate?
Okay. The affiliate is the Miami Heat.
Sioux City. Skyforce.
Michael, do you have a guess?
Can I guess the same thing?
Yes, you may, and I'll give you the points.
Sioux City Skyforce.
Correct. You finally get on the board.
Thanks to me.
13-4.
Call me the Red Wings.
All right.
It's too little, too late.
Final question. I'll make this really quick. The arena that I play in is the Mexico City Arena.
Do you have a guess?
I want to go back to the Rio Grande Valley Vipers.
No.
Mexico City Capitans.
That is correct.
Gosh, man.
6. The final score,
No.
16-4.
We need chicken dinner.
And probably for the
Ring
rest
the
of
bell. Ring the bell. It's time.
Probably for the first time. This is me without glasses, by the way, everybody. For the first time in probably this show's history, Anthony will be the only man on the show being undefeated in trivia. Thanks for playing, everybody. And, Dad, that was for
And
you.
the only point that you got was because I said it first like a doofus. Great.
And because
This show
Ryan
stinks.
gave me the layup with the Motor City Cruise.
That is
because
true.
I had to be nice.
That is our local team. And now, after this show, I need to study up on G League teams.
There
Michael,
you go.
you should bring before we end the show's history, you should do like AHL trivia for us.
Oh no!
See how bad we do with that.
I have
Either
no
that
chance.
or I could do WNBA because I
Ooh,
follow
WNBA would be fun.
basketball more.
I'll
think of doing WNBA.
All right, we'll do that in a dead period.
Well, that's all we have for today. Show a fun one. Thank you for tuning into Card Guys Season 4, Episode 22 on 101.1 The Beat and YouTube. Hey, tune in Monday. We're going to preview the NBA Play-In Tournament. We're also going to check in on those gritty tides. For my good buddies, Ryan Donnelly and Michael Rosenkranz, I'm Anthony Schulte saying, so long, everybody.
Love you, Mom and Dad. I hope you enjoy G League Trivia. Have a great Easter.
If you smell...